Good evening, everybody, and what a fine evening it is. Glorious day for flying, glorious day for football, but we won't talk too much about that. A very warm welcome to everyone, particularly Simon and Marcus. It's lovely to have you all here. Dingo, hello, and Jamie, welcome. Tommy, I hope the sound's okay now. I think there was no sound at all when you typed that, and there wasn't supposed to be any sound either. 1840 local? What's happening at 1840 local? I don't know. You've lost me there, Jamie. Maybe I've typed something wrong in the... Oh, yeah, that's in the video description, right? That's when we're actually taking off. Matthew, hello. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I did a flight into Dallas-Fort Worth a very long time ago now. I can't remember when it was. I think we flew here from Aspen, didn't we? Not entirely sure. Anyway, I decided it was time to pick up November 508 Alpha Echo, which has just been, as far as I'm aware, sat on this stand since then. So we'll get on board. We are in the turnaround state, so there's slightly less to go through in the way of checklists and flows than last time, but still enough, hopefully, to interest you. Hello, Kai, welcome, and who else? Mr. Avgeek, nice to see you, and Renee, I don't think I said hello to you either. Aaron, hi. Good to have all of you here. Scott, it is apparently, it certainly seems like it might be coming home. I'm not a big football fan, but I found that game very, very exciting indeed, and I'll be paying closer attention from now on, I think. Okay, so what we're going to do is start with our originating check flow. We've got external power connected. I'm going to turn on the APU in preparation, so we'll push the APU power fuel. This is not the first flight of the day. And once we have APU in-bite gone and APU SOV open, we will start the APU. And while that's starting up, we will go through our flow. So the electrical power panel, DC services off as it should be, battery masters on as it should be, IDGs are dark and guarded, AC essential transfer switch should be off, and it is. Gens are all set to auto. Very good. Fire detection we don't have to do because it's not the first flight of the day. Hydraulic shut-off valves, they are dark and guarded. External lights, we're going to turn the nav and logo lights on because it's going to be dark by the time we get there. Manuel, ciao, benvenuti, come stai? That's the limit of my Italian done. Welcome to the stream, sir. Fuel panel. Oh no, yes, fuel panel. We're going to check that the boost pumps are showing in op and everything else is dark, so that's as it should be. Bleed air, normal. Auto. Close. Both engines, exactly as it should be. APU, we've got a green light now. Ignition panel, everything is off and dark. Hydraulic panel. We're going to do the hydraulic test, so we're going to turn on everything except 3A. And we're going to check the hydraulic synoptic page. Who is this contacting me? Jamie, it is indeed coming home. Right, hydraulic. So what we're looking for here... Oh, I haven't set up all my views since my reinstall. Anyway, what we're looking for here is that we've got 3000 PSI across the board, and we have. Now we're going to turn everything to the auto and on position. Caffel, hello, welcome. I'm so sorry we're not flying to Poland. I promise you we'll do it next week. Cross my heart. Coffee at the ready and our sleep is for the week. That's exactly what Dingo always says, Melon Lord. That game was really a lot of fun. It was, wasn't it? It was. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was watching it with Marcus in the Club Filbert channel and with Dingo and Melon Lord. It was nice. Yeah, it was good. Good atmosphere. You're landing into Palma de Mallorca. Nice, very, very nice, very, very nice. You're heading to Manchester from Madeira. What are you doing that for, Jamie? Why aren't you flying out of Dallas-Fort Worth? Oh, thank you, Manuel. Grazie. There you are. One more word for you. Now I'm definitely at the end. What are we doing? Yeah, hydraulic test we've done. So we're going to switch 3A off for now. Next, cabin pressure panel. Which all looks good. We're going to make sure that the packs are all on and dark, and they are. We're going to return the recirculating fan to on, and we're going to turn the aft cargo head aft cargo air to oh, that's awful cold. No, yeah, cold air. Yeah, bit of cold air in the aft cargo. Why the hell not? Anti-ice. We're going to turn the windshield heat to low. Miscellaneous lights. Do we need anything else? Not really. Don't need the dome lights, certainly. We don't need that on either. We're going to turn on our seatbelt and no smoking signs. Wrong way. There we are. Make sure that landing and recognition lights are off. Arm the ELT. It's already armed. Passenger oxygen. We're going to check that that's dark and closed, and it is. And we're going to set the emergency lights to arm. Right. Now we're going to do the old stall test. Nice, fine, absolutely fine. Got the stick pusher and shaker going, which is what we want. Clocks are fine. Standby instruments. Well, we should probably set the local pressure, shouldn't we, at some point? Which I haven't yet done, but we may as well do it now. It's KDFW. So we're looking for an altimeter setting of 3007, which is set there and is set there. Ah, look at me, I was more prepared than I realised. Oh, I'm pleased, Careful. Glad you like the CRJ as well. Where's EGCN? Forgive my ignorance, Jamie. I don't know where that is. I know it's in the UK. That's about it. Not a massive fan of aft. No? Aft? I'd say aft. You only watched the last 15 minutes of the match and it looked pretty good. It was good fun. Doncaster, Sheffield? No, we can't go from Doncaster, Sheffield, honestly. Honestly. No, we don't have scenery for it in MSFS, otherwise I would say yes. But the point of going to Krakow is that we have decent scenery for Krakow, so it's got to be an MSFS flight and not a P3D flight. Oxygen pressure. Let's have a little look. I'm going to go back to the stat page. $18.50. It's good, exactly as it should be. Anti-skid test. Okay, we're going to release the parking brake. I said we're going to release the parking brake. There we are. And we're going to do the old, press the old button. I really must sort out my views before I next fly this. So we'll turn anti-skid off. And we've got a warning coming up somewhere. Anti-skid inboard and outboard showing up as a caution, so that shows that that warning is working. Turn that back to armed. Main landing gear overheat test.
User bay overheat.
That works, as does the warning fail, and we'll see messages on the... what do you call these things in this plane? I've drawn a blank. The screeny things in the middle. Multifunction displays, maybe? MFDs? I think MFDs. There's a Fed trying to jump seat. Quick, bleed the pressure on the crew O2. Oh dear. Right. IND lights set bright or dim as required. They're absolutely fine as they are. Lamp test. We can do that. We'll do 1 and 2. Oh, look, all the pretty lights light up. Shocker! Yeah, no bulbs have been blown, even though it's been sat here for about a month. Good. We'll check that the pitch and roll disconnect knobs are stowed, and they are. Spoilers and ground lift damping, we've got those in the correct position. Set to auto. Thrust reversers, we're going to arm these now, if they aren't already. They are not. And we're going to check that they... MFD. Yeah, it is MFD, I was right. Oh, you say ED 1 and 2. ICAS display 1 and 2. Well, I'm going to go back to calling them the screeny things then, because there's some discrepancy between what I have written down. I trust you. ICAS display 1 and 2, you're on. Mr. and Mrs. Middleton, thank you, and lovely to have you here from Turkey. Will I review EPKK? I certainly will. Yeah, it's next on my list. I may get around to it tomorrow, but I'm also considering just not doing anything in Flight Sim tomorrow and going out, because I've got 4 days of work after that. But yes, I will. If it's not this week, it'll be next week. Flight spoiler lever, check 0 degrees. Yep, done. Oh, hang on, I was looking at the wrong switch there, wasn't I? It was the ground, it was this switch that I want to be in the auto position, and it is, and we want the lever full forward. Good. Thrust levers are at idle shut off. Flaps. Check that they're at 0, and they are. Just going to check my throttle quadrant's working, and it is. RTU, we're going to do a TCAS test quickly. That's working. You can see the little pretend planes, and we'll get a TCAS system.
Test OK.
Test OK message. Nice. RTU, TCAS test. Stab trim and Mac trim, we're going to switch those on now. 1, 2, 3. Fans, we're going to check that they're set to normal, and they are. IRSs are set to nav. Lighting panel. We're going to turn the integrated lights up a little bit, because it is going to get a little bit dark, or at least a little bit dusky over the course of this flight. Yaw damper switches we're going to engage. Source select switching panel, everything's set to normal. Cargo FireX panel, we're going to check that all 3 switches are dark, and they are. Good. So now we can do the checklist. You are type rated in the jet, but so was Michael, who did my lesson, you see, and well, I don't know, I'm sure he called them that. Or maybe I probably got that from somewhere else. Right, ED 1 and 2, done. I'm going to make a note. No, I haven't got a pen, but I'll remember it because I've got a good memory. Except when it comes to the Dash 8, which is what we were supposed to be flying today, until I took it for a spin this morning and could remember nothing about it. Right, let's set up the FMS. What planes do I have? I have all of the default MSFS planes, plus this CRJ, plus the 2 Pipers. That's it at the moment, the 2 Just Flight Pipers. Right, index, posinit. The MFDs are the moving map display. Ah, that's where I'm getting muddled up. Right, thank you. So these are the multifunction displays, and these are ICAS displays 1 and 2. I will remember that. I got it into my head that they were all MFDs because they have multiple functions, but of course these only display ICAS information. So yeah, good. Thank you for that. I'll remember that now. Right, posinit. So we're going to put our airport in here, which is KDFW. And then we're going to go to the next page. And then we're going to copy the GNSS1 position, go to the previous page and plonk it in there. Next page. No, not next page. No, we've done that. Okay, IRS control page. So we're going to go to index and then IRS control. And IRS is enabled. We're going to double check the same with the VOR DME control. And they are both set to on, which is good. And GNSS control enabled. As it will always be in this sim. But still, I quite like doing it anyway, because I'm weird. So, I think at this point we can import our route from SimBrief. It's only in fact, let's not. Let's put it in manually. It's such a short route that there's really no point. So we'll go to the flight plan page then, and we'll put in our origin, which is KDFW. And we'll put in our destination, which is, can't remember where we're flying. Oh yes, KFSM, Fort Smith. I trawled the net some time ago to try and find some more American CRJ700 destinations that had scenery, and Fort Smith has a pretty reasonable scenery on flightsim.to. There's a link in the description if anyone wants it. We'll put in our flight number, SkyWest 3129. And we'll put in our alternate, which is Memphis, KMEM. And now we'll press execute. And we'll go to our departure and arrival display. Let me catch up with a quick bit of chat. Yeah, I know what you mean, Simon. I know what you mean. Screeny thinks it's a very technical term. Yeah. Stephen, hello. What kind of hotess do I use? I have a Thrustmaster T16000M joystick and a Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant and some Thrustmaster rudder pedals. I can't remember what they're called, but they are in the description down below. Right, so for our departure then, if I just bring up the flight plan on my other display, we are going to be doing the Akuna 9 departure, and we are expecting, or at least we are planned, for an 18 left departure. Let me just see if that works with the current METAR. Oh, it absolutely does. Absolutely does. Although the wind's now variable. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, 18 left is what I was expecting. 18 left is what we'll do. So 18 left and Akuna 9. Yes. And that SID basically takes us all the way to our final waypoint, more or less. I think we've got one after. Yeah, no, we've got that SID to MLC, and then we're direct to Fort Smith. From left to right, PFD, MFD, ED1, ED2, MFD, PFD. Brilliant, thank you, Matthew, much appreciated. Satira, I'm very well, thank you. How are you? What country do I live in? I live in the UK. I will, Kaffel. Oh, I think I've already answered that, or did you ask twice? No, you did ask twice. I did answer you. You must have momentarily glazed over. It's understandable. Yes, I am going to review Krakow. Possibly tomorrow, but more likely either over the weekend or next week. Memphis is great. Can smell the barbecue from the terminal soon. Oh, really? I've been to Memphis once, and I really loved it. I did a little road trip. Well, a mixture of road and train trip. So we flew into Chicago, got the train from Chicago to Memphis, spent a good few days in Memphis, and then hired a car and drove all around Tennessee and Mississippi and down to New Orleans, and it was one of the best holidays I've ever done. Ian, hello. Thank you very much. Thank you. No worries, Kaffel. You're allowed. You're allowed. Right, so we've done our departure and arrival. We're going to execute that. Well, we've done our departure. We haven't done our arrival. Execute. And we'll do our... So we've done our departure. We've got absolutely no en route to add. I don't think. No. So we're going to follow Akuna 9 to MLC. And then we're going to have to decide on our arrival. So really, I'm glad I didn't bother importing it from SimBrief because it would have taken just as long. So KSFM arrival. And I guess we're going to probably be expecting 07, but let's just double check the METAR. KSFM. 280 at 7 knots. Well, that would suggest not a 7, wouldn't it? That would suggest runway 25 arrival, unless anyone here happens to know if there's a preferential runway system at Fort Smith. Let me just get some charts up so that I can actually visualize this. Well, we'll go for 25. William, it is. It's almost definitely coming home now. Sod it. Let's try the RNAV 25, shall we? We don't want vectors. Approaches. RNAV 25. I'm not entirely sure if I've ever done an RNAV approach in the CRJ, so it could be interesting. And I'm just going to have a quick play around on Navigraph and see if I can find a good transition for us that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So we're going to take the Ohuyu transition, which it doesn't have. Interesting. Oh dear. I have got the Navigraph nav data installed. I would expect it to have all of the transitions, but never mind. You'll land straight in as long as the tailwind component is less than 10 knots and the landing distance is okay. Oh, that suits me. Right, straight in it is. Thank you, Matthew. I wondered if this route might be right up your street. So the transition is going to be... Let's just have another quick look at the charts. I guess we'll go straight to final. There's no reason not to. Unless there's anything exciting that we can do. Oh no, we don't want a Vuzu, that's mental. And we don't want a WeJ, that's also mental. Yep, so straight to final it is. Okay, so ILS-07 via vectors. Execute that. Go back to the flight plan, and we're going to be bold and remove the discontinuity. So we're going to put IO7 on top of IO7, I think. We'll step through this. We'll step through this and have a look at what's going on. In fact, we just want to delete that vectors leg, don't we? Delete. Delete. Oh, under legs, sorry. Not under here. MLC. Havan fac. No, yeah, okay. We'll get there. Let's put Havan on top of the vectors leg. Won't let me. Let's delete the vectors leg. Not really default scenery, Jenny. No, no. We got the handcrafted. Got the handcrafted. Dallas Fort Worth. And we've got some freeware. We've got some freeware for Fort Smith. So it's all very exciting. Okay. Now why won't it let me delete? There we are. There's the vectors deleted. MLC, and then we want to go to Havan, so we'll get that up there. Execute that, and then yeah, I am going to step through using the MFD Advance because I don't trust myself at all. Never mind the plane. That's the one we want. MFD Advance. Looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, easy peasy. Good. We'll switch that back. And hello, Jenny. I'm glad you could pop by. Arkadiusz, welcome to the stream. Feel free to stick around if you've got more than letters to add. You're doing a lot of RNAV approaches in the Zibo 737, so it'll be great to see how the CRJ handles them here. Oh, Simon, I've been breaking a lot of people's hearts today. A lot of people are upset about the lack of Dash 8. Some people are upset that I initially said I was going to fly the A320 to Krakow, and now I'm doing this. And I'm about to break another heart because we're doing the straight in ILS to runway 07, so I'm sorry. But one day, the day will come when I'll do an RNAV in this. Okay, so we've got rid of our discontinuities. Now we're going to go to the MFD menu, button. We're going to turn our window to VNAV, and we're going to turn the right-hand side to on. I'm going to go to the next page, check that range altitude select is green, and it is. And now it's performance time. Woohoo! So, perf page. And we're going to check that advisory VNAV is enabled, which it is. We're going to go to fuel management next. And it's sensed our fuel, which is correct. We're going to check that performance mode is predicted in green, and it is. And now we're going to go back and do the perf init page. Yeah, the Fort Smith scenery looks pretty good. I mean, I've only been there to take a screenshot, so I can't really vouch for it yet. But, well, you'll be able to see if you watch this stream back before you... That's careful. Oh, God. I tell you what, I never knew that being a YouTube streamer would be so guilt-inducing. What happened to the Dash 8 flight? Well, Jenny, what happened to the Dash 8 flight was I got into the Dash 8 this morning to have a little bit of a practice just to refresh my memory before tonight's stream to Innsbruck, and I remembered that it's quite hard, and having not flown it for a month, I just didn't know what I was doing, so it didn't go very well. So I thought I'm going to do a bit more practice. We will stream it, but not yet. Niels, hello. Yes, it has been a while since we've seen you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, this is true, Simon. If you ever wanted to see how to fly an RNAV, you may or may not have made a brief silent tutorial. Oh, really? Matthew, share it. That would be awesome. I don't think it'll let you post a link directly into the YouTube chat, but stick it in my Discord server and I'll share it on the stream. That would be really useful. I did break it, yes. In short, I broke it a lot, multiple times, and then I got a bit sulky and decided it wasn't for me. Robert, welcome back. I didn't know there was a free retexture of the CRJ cockpit. I'll have a look. Yes, we broke each other, Jenny. We broke each other. Anyway, too much chat, not enough. Not enough setting the plane up. So, we've added our payload and fuel. I did that before the stream started because I was feeling super organised. So we're going to put in our cruise altitude, which is today flight level 310. Which seems a little high for such a short 40-minute flight, but we'll go with it. If we don't get up there, we don't get up there. Why isn't the fuel there, though? Alright, we'll have to put it in. Oh no, it's because I haven't... Right, yeah, I loaded the plane, but what I haven't done is copy perf-init data to FMS. And now I have, and it'll be there. Good. There's always something, isn't there? And this is why people are only type rated on one type of plane. Performance, wind, headwind is plus 10. Wind is plus 10, I should say. ISO deviation is plus 14. Why you'd put a P in one and a plus sign in the other, I really don't know. Execute that. No worries, Jenny. Thank you very much, yeah, and see you soon. Hope work's okay. Let's go to the next page. So, our planned taxi fuel is 227 kilograms. Yes, I'm using kilograms in the States because I just can't always remember to switch back and forth between them, and I know where I am with kilograms, so deal with it. Reserves is 647. 647. Okay, we're done. Over to VNAV setup. We're going to leave our climb set to 290 knots, then Mach 0.74. Transition altitude will leave at 18,000. And on the next page, we're going to change our cruise speed because it's a little bit slow, according to Michael. So target speed should be, or a common value, I should say, is 0.77 Mach. There's probably no hard and fast rule, but why not get a little bit more of a wriggle on? 0.77 Mach slash 320 knots after conversion on the way down. Execute. And again, obviously, flight level 180. In the general and MSFS chat, thank you. I'll get that now. Share. Copy. CRJ RNAV approach tutorial. Boom. I myself will be having a look at that probably straight after this stream, but certainly before the next one, so thank you for that. Right, so we've done that, we've done our VNAV. Takeoff speeds and stab trim. So we're going to set those from the EFB. There we are, 131.131.140, set all. Much easier than the Dash 8. It's interesting, the planes are kind of similar, the layout's kind of similar, the methodology of setting them up is kind of similar, but the Dash 8 is just very old and clunky in comparison. And it's got old and clunky engines as well, can't go as fast, unsurprisingly. So the stab trim we want is 7.5, so we'll set that now. Oh, pretty much there anyway. Wrong way. 7.5. There we are. Bonsoir, King Plane. Welcome. How are you? And now we are pretty much done with all of our setup. So we're just going to run through the checklists that I skipped over just then. Originating. Have we done all of this? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we have. So we'll move on to our before start checklist. Passenger signs are on. Landing elevation we have not yet set. And as we know, through bitter experience, you have to set the landing elevation to the elevation of your departure airport. Open the charts list. So 18 left. Oh, it's a long taxi. Never mind. 602. 602. Hello, Abhishek. Welcome to the stream. How are you? So I'm going to pop that up. And I'm going to pop up here. And we're going to change the landing elevation with this here knob to 600 odd feet. There we are. Chopped. Good evening, Matt. Welcome. How are you? Altimeter. So we've got that set to 3007, I believe. Let's double check it in case. Yeah, that's correct. FMS checked and set. IRSs are aligned and set to nav. Radios and nav aids. We've got all that set to auto. Takeoff briefing. No one to brief. Done. So what we can do at this point is go to the aircraft tab. We can get rid of the ground power cart. We can get rid of the jetway using Pushback Express, which I have on another window somewhere. Yep, there we go. We can close the door. And we can remove the wheel chocks if I reset the parking brake.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
I forgot to turn off these stupid announcements.
Welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers
that
to
was
watch
off.
our
Right,
cabin
parking
crew
brake's now
display
set.
the safety features of the aircraft.
Chocks away. And back to the checklist. So the doors are closed and locked. Takeoff date has been set. Electrics have been checked. APU is on. Devices, mine's on. I don't care. I'm not turning it off. And we'll turn the beacon light to on. Fuel pumps and quantity. We'll turn them on now. Hydraulic pumps, auto and on. Parking brake is on. We're good to go. Now I'm going to use the old toolbar pushback to get us out of here, which I'm not that experienced with, but it seems rather good. It's got a better turning circle than Pushback Express. Thank you, Keith. I'm pleased. It's nice to have you. You can join, yeah, if you're on VATSIM. Yeah, by all means, do. Good evening, Simon. Welcome to the stream. What's the high power schedule button for in the CRJ? I don't know, Brandon. I'm sorry. I just don't know. Timothy, hello. Welcome to the stream. That's all right, Matt. No worries. Yeah, so all of those things are sort of no-fly zones, basically. Not quite danger areas, but areas that you should avoid below a certain altitude. So yeah, there we are. Bird sanctuaries. Who knew? Not me. Is that Dallas in Africa? No, this is Dallas in Texas in the US. Hard style of the world. So yeah, I'm not on MSFS multiplayer sine wave, unfortunately. I'm on VATSIM, which is an online ATC network. Okay, let's give this a whirl. So we're going to push. Start pushback. We're going to wait for the tug to connect. Oh, interesting, Matthew. Thank you. Oh, blazing through, yeah. We actually got quite involved in reading up about specifically what sort of birds were there in those ones that you sent, and it's one of the largest tern colonies in Europe or the world. So there you are, stuff you never needed to know. Right, let's release the parking brake and get going. It's ever so speedy. So what I'm going to do is push back and then start the engines afterwards rather than trying to fanny about doing both. Yeah, it's true. I'm going to try and turn them off again in flight. I wouldn't mind them so much if they had regional accents and talked about something other than sandwiches, but... Ooh, you can slow the tug down as well. Nice. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. Can you slow up and speed down with your joystick? No, you can't. But yeah, I'm turning with the yaw axis of my joystick, and it's... Yeah, I've got to be honest, it's significantly better than the Payware Pushback Express in terms of the turning circle and the amount of control you have over it. It's good. Wait 30 minutes to get the CRJ ready. Yeah, maybe not. I'm still not... I mean, it doesn't quite give you enough control for me to be a successful pushback tug driver, but it's better than I could get before, which is the main thing. Right, brakes are set. Let's get back on board and start the engines. No ATC online, unfortunately. Check the turn the hydraulic 3A pump on. Turn the fuel boost pumps on, or they're already on. Yep, they're off. Start the right engine first, and we're going to come down here and wait for N2 to reach 20%. Make sure ITT is less than 100, which it is because we haven't been anywhere for over a month. Mizok, hello, welcome. How are you doing? Right, there we are, just coming up to 20. Flick the little red tab, move that to idle. I do really like this plane. There's something very satisfying about flying it. I'm not an actual pilot, Stephen, no. I do have a little bit of experience flying in a Cessna, but no, I don't do it for a living. Although I am thinking perhaps about taking some more flying lessons and maybe trying to get my PPL. So maybe one day that question will have a different answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention.
Hello, Yuri.
Display the safety features
And hello, Willie, welcome.
in case of an
How are you?
emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelt fastened.
Do you know, I tuned into a little bit of your show
In
after my
case
stream
of a
crashed
cabin
on Sunday.
pressure,
Not my
breathing
stream,
masks will
my
drop
sim
from the
crashed.
ceiling and
And you were
place
talking
over
about
your
flight
head.
sims crashing and how
There is
irritating
smoke
it
in
is.
the cabin
And
during
it was
evacuation
painful
of the
for me, I won't
aircraft.
lie
The
to you.
walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here.
Yeah, I still don't
In case
have
of an
the
extreme emergency
DC6.
landing, you'll be
I'm not sure if
instructed
it's
to
for
head
me
into
or
the
not, to be
brace
honest.
position, which is executed by placing your head
Hello,
behind
Yuri.
your
Yeah,
head with your
yeah,
hands
very
over
well,
your
thank you.
head.
Very well, how are you?
We would also like to remind you that you should turn off
Thank
all
you,
electronic
Stephen.
devices.
I don't know
We
if
thank you for
skill in
paying
a simulator
attention during this brief
necessarily
presentation.
translates to skill in the real world, but yeah, I'd like the opportunity to see. Also looking forward to the 900 1000. Me too, yeah, I can't wait for that. Finally some real world European CRJ routes to fly. So we'll just wait for engine 1 to start, or the left engine to start. Get rid of the APU. Probes on. Anti-ice is required. Well, we don't need... what's the temperature? Temperature's 34. Yeah, definitely don't need anti-ice, even in MSFS. Just going to joggle my throttles to make sure they're working on the quadrant. Interestingly, they are not. Why? Right, bear with me a second. Just going to check my control settings. Set to twin engine jet, so they should really be working. Oh, I know why. It's because I reinstalled and didn't retweak my settings in the EFB. Let's just try and do that now quickly. Calibrate throttle, dual axis. Throttle hardware has no reverser axis. Oh no, it doesn't because it's a separate toggle. Save options. Let's have a look at that. That'll do. That'll do. I'll tweak it properly in my own time. So turn off the APU, start stop button, then power fuel. Probes to on. NTI is not required. And we'll set our flaps to 15 for takeoff. Which is 2 clicks if I remember rightly. Oh no, that's 8. Oh, I meant flaps 8. Yeah, I meant flaps 8. Not in the dash 8 anymore. Yes. Leave it to the fidgets. I am slightly envious whenever I see anyone else flying it, it must be said, but I was saying before, I've just spent so long learning so many new planes lately. It'd be quite nice to just fly stuff that I have some idea how to fly for a bit. Yeah, the knowledge is useful, but I think the feeling of flying a real, well, I know the feeling of flying a real plane and the feeling of flying a sim on your computer are completely different, so that's annoyingly the case. Make sure to keep the cabin and new passengers cool. I will, don't you worry, Simon. I'm slightly regretting that Sky God emoji, because if people don't know it's an inside joke, could come across as rather arrogant, do you know what I mean? Oh dear. Oh, that's encouraging, Willie. Okay, so set the flaps. We'll arm the nose wheel steering now. Do our flight control check by going to the flight control synoptic page. I promise I won't do this every single time I fly the CRJ, because I know it's not all that exciting, but as I've just learnt about all this, it's worth doing it a few times, I think. Brakes are working and everything. Look at that. Marvellous. We're going to go to the electrical synoptic page. And we're going to check that everything's green on AC and DC. And it is. And we're going to go back to stat. Okay, taxi light on, and we can get underway as soon as we've done our checklists. So, oh, while I'm there, let's turn off these blooming cabin announcements. There we are. After start checklist. Generators are in auto, I know they are. Electrics checked. Bleed valves auto, packs on, APU off, anti-ice off, nose wheel steering on. Bosh. Taxi. Flight controls have been checked, flaps are set to 8, trims are set and in the green. Thrust reversers are armed. Flight instruments have been checked. Brake temperature has been checked. And because we've got no ATC on at this point, I am going to set our cruising altitude of flight level 310. Go straight up there. One less thing to do when we get to the runway. We'll set the runway heading, which is 176 degrees. Could have done this on the gate, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure. I've heard people say you should do it on the runway. I've heard people say you should do it at the gate and everything in between. So, Matthew, an opinion on when you do all this? Gens, electrics, auto and check, bleeds and packs, auto and on. Thank you. I'm getting a pen. No, I'm not. I'm going to be modern and type it into a sticky note. Gens electrics. Auto and on. Bleeds and packs. Auto and on. Yep, transponder is on. Well, it is on in vPilot. ATC, is the ATC knob on? Yes, it is. Set to number 1. So that's good. Oh, is there? Oh, there is ATC on now. You're right. You're right. How exciting. 135, 175. So, com 1. One, 3, 5. And 7, 5. Now, as we know, as you probably know, I'm not super familiar with US ATC procedures, but I tend to think
to contact 35 miles west of
he's probably going to give us a different runway now. Oh, right, okay.
37 stand by the red and 4 arrival, Dallas, level 103007. 3007.
Oh, I know, Willie. It is. It's a pain. At the gate. Okay, thank you. Well, we were taking off from 18 left, but now I bet this control is going to give us something completely different. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just ask him for taxi. What are we on?
Hello, morning, American 2459, flight over 090. American 2459, for center low, ident.
Wait for a gap in the ATC. Oh, we've got tower on as well. Everyone's turning up. 126550. He's just come online, I think.
I'm looking for fire clearance to Fort Smith with information.
Oh, there's someone else going to Fort Smith.
November.
What are the chances?
SkyWest 725, DFW Tower, hello. Clear to the Fort Smith Airport. The Kuna 9er departure, McAllister transition, then direct. Climb via the SID, squawk 2350.
Clear to Fort Smith Regional Airport via Kuna 9, be in McAllister, then direct. Climb via the SID, 2350 in the box for SkyWest 75.
SkyWest 725, readback is correct. Thanks for November. You can expect runway 17 right for departure, and departure will be 135.17.
17 right for departure in 135.17.
Fort Worth Tower, good
I'm just getting my taxi charts ready, that's why I'm being a bit quiet. I knew exactly where I was going. But now I want to be even sure.
That you just came online. We are holding short on runway 18 right.
UPS 2266 Heavy, DFW Tower, hello. You want to pick up a clearance, then we can get you out of here off of 18 left?
Sir, we could pick up clearance for 18 left for UPS 2266.
31 in Austria.
2266 Heavy, you're cleared. Are you ready to copy clearance?
Ready to copy clearance, UPS 2266.
Oh, yeah, in Austria. Oh, right.
UPS 2266, you are cleared to the Orlando Airport. March 2 departure, Azalea transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID, departure frequency 135.17, squawk 2326.
Roger, clear to the Orlando Airport via the March 2 departure transition that filed. Climbing with the SID, and frequency is going to be on 135.17, squawk 2326, UPS 2266 Heavy.
UPS 2266 Heavy, readback is correct. Information November's current altimeter 3006. When you're ready, you can cross runway 18 right, hold short runway 18 left.
Roger, when ready, crossing runway 18 right for 18 left, UPS 2266 Heavy.
American 411.
Yeah.
Wind
Gonna be
variable at
forever now
5,
till we
fly
actually
runway
get
heading.
in. Word in edgeways.
Clear for takeoff.
Sounds a bit like
Well,
it.
we're heading runway 17 right, clear for takeoff, American 411.
Fort Worth Tower, good afternoon. SkyWest 3129 with information November. We've just pushed back from Echo 35. We'd like some clearance, please, to Fort Smith.
SkyWest 3129, DFW Tower, hello. You're cleared to the Fort Smith Airport, Kuna 9er departure, McAllister transition, then direct. Climb via the SID, departure frequency 135.17, squawk 2351.
Cleared to Fort Smith via the Akuna 9 departure, McAllister transition, then direct. Climb via the SID, departure frequency 135.17, squawking 2451, SkyWest 3129.
SkyWest 3129, readback is correct. Information November's current, altimeter 3006. Advise ready for taxi, you can expect runway 17 right.
We'll advise ready for taxi, copy the altimeter, and we'll expect 17 right, SkyWest 3129. Something like that, anyway. Something like that. 2451. 2451 in the box. Ooh, 2451. And we just need to change our departure runway. He said 17 right? Did anyone hear him? Did he say 17 right? I made a note of everything else, I think so. 17 right, Akuna 9. Execute. Yeah, that'll be fine. And I think we're actually ready for taxi now. Let's just have a quick look at the constraints on the SID, seeing as you said climb via it. Hooray, there are no at or belows, so we'll just climb. Well, we'll read it. Well, at or above 5,000.
411 contact departure. Have a
Doesn't
great flight.
have on the SID
Departure for
the
411.
altitude that you're supposed to climb to. I guess we might get that later on departure.
And Fort Worth Tower, to be advised, UPS 2266 having November on board. We're currently crossing runway
Yeah, PDCs
18
are
right.
awesome.
We're ready for departure.
Harrison, you are committed. Welcome back.
UPS 2266
Ooh,
heavy.
I'll check my diary,
Go ahead.
Willie. I'll check my
Runway
diary.
18 left, line for wait. We're going to
Thank
have
you.
about a minute
Yeah,
wait
leave
for
me.
departure. We have to take you across the complex. So runway 18 left, line for wait. We'll have you out in a minute.
18 left, we'll line up and wait for UPS 2266 heavy.
DFW Tower, SkyWest 3129 is ready to taxi.
SkyWest 3129, runway 17 right, taxi via Kilo Echo Golf.
Runway 17 right via Kilo Echo Golf for SkyWest 3129. Okay, let's do this. I hope not. Top altitude 10,000. Thank you. Where are you getting this from? Oh, router. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, it's in the text. Thank you. Do you know? I did a tutorial on how to read
SkyWest
charts,
725, ready to taxi 17
and
right.
I made it clear in that you shouldn't just look at the diagram. You should always read the text
SkyWest
as well.
725, runway 17 right,
And
taxi
I never ever do.
via
Never listen to
Golf,
my own advice.
Yankee Kilo
What
Echo
a noob.
Golf.
Golf Yankee Kilo Echo Golf for SkyWest 75.
UPS 2266 heavy wind
Okay,
variable at
so
5,
Kilo
RNAV
Echo
track,
Golf.
Runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
On our track, clear for takeoff runway 18 left, UPS 2266 heavy.
Kilo Echo Golf, right? So out here and then right. Fine, let's do it. Everyone ready? Everyone belted up? Sorry, Willie. I'll do my best. Now, would we turn right here onto Kilo? Nah, I think we'll go round the inside of this building and then go onto Kilo. For Willie's sake, if no one else. I know you do. I know you do. I'm just a performing monkey to you there at the same time, aren't I? Just here for your entertainment while you do whatever you're doing for 10 minutes. Bit of lunch, I imagine. Quick lunch break. Perform, monkey, perform. I've got important work to do. When in doubt, go through the building. Good advice,
UPS
Ronnie.
2266 heavy contact departure. Have a great flight.
Over to departure, then clear UPS 2266 heavy.
How do we get out of this circle? Is that a way? That's a way. Bonsoir again, King Plane. How are you doing? Slight fear is always winning the MSFS CRJ cockpit, but absolutely ready and buckled up. I know.
SkyWest 725, squawk 23.
I'm never... Well, I don't know. I have never been 100% relaxed in
box.
this plane. One day I might be, though. Alexandre, welcome to the stream. How are you? Hello, Finbar. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? I'll do my best, Matthew. I do as well, Herb. Went from Sky God to trained monkey pretty fast. It's true. What I said was that in his eyes, I'm a trained monkey. But in my own eyes, I will always be a Sky God. Tell Riley Matt Presley says hi. Oh, okay, I will. I will. Same, Willie, same. Hello again, Soundwave. No, I'm on VATSIM. Yes, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Alexander. Or Alex. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name quite right. No, Willie. I'm only joking. Je ne suis jamais préparé pour le décollage King Plane. Jamais. And you tips are starting out on VATSIM. Yeah, I would recommend watching Aviation Pro's tutorials. His are probably the best, I think. Best I've found anyway. Not that I've watched that many, but I think he's good. Aviationpro.nl. And then I would just go to different airports, connect as an observer and spend some time listening. And you'll never feel ready to actually do it, but at some point you just have to take the plunge, bite the bullet, and do a flight. Good morning, it's Light. Welcome. Yeah, Fort Smith is where we're going. Oh, you thought of someone else? Is this the first flight since the update? No, I have. I think I've flown it since the update. I think when I took it to.
SkyWest 725. Hold short of Kilo. Traffic will be company CRJ crossing right to left.
I think when I flew it to.
Hold short of Kilo for the traffic right to left.
Where did I go? Ottawa. I think that was with this update, wasn't it? I do a little, Alexander. A little. This is pre-takeoff taxiing. Pre-takeoff taxiing. You're in time. VATSIM is an online air traffic control network, Stephen. Yeah, it is, Kelly. You may or may not have flown with Riley. Oh, right, nice. I'll, yeah, see, I will, when we next speak to him, I'll make sure to say hello. Even more pressure now. Yeah, I did.
Tower, good afternoon,
I did.
American 942.
American 492, DFW Tower, go ahead.
Do we get handed off to departure here, or do we contact them ourselves, Matthew? Or anyone else who knows?
American 942 with November information, gave it Charlie 26, ready to top the clearance over Turkey. Departure time, 1915.
If that's American 492, I'm not showing a flight plan for you. I do not show American 942 on the field currently.
Oh, sorry, it was my mistake. I typed wrong the call time.
Okay, SkyWest 3129.
Thank you, Brandon. The ILS capture was improved, but it still sometimes loses the glide slope in my experience.
Tower, American 942.
The flight's about 40 minutes, something like that.
American 942, DFW Tower, have your clearance, advisory discount.
That's pretty standard, Brandon. Well, that's it, yeah.
Ready to copy, American 942.
American 942, you were cleared
I
to the
think
Albuquerque
Echo
Airport,
Golf was
Harper 3 departure, Poles transition, and it's out. Climb via the SID, departure frequency 135.17, squawk 2314.
Really,
American
Bricky?
942 cleared to Albuquerque via the Harper.
It's alright, what we can do is we can go around this way.
Climb via SID. Departure frequency 135.175 and squawk 2314.
Then we'll be on the right, at the right halting point.
American 942, readback is correct. Information November is current. You can expect runway 18 left for departure.
November information.
Thank you, Bricky.
Expect the 18 left for departure.
I'll correct that after departure.
SkyWest 3129, you ready to go?
Hey firm, we're ready. SkyWest 3129. And Matt Presley says hi.
SkyWest 3129. Wind variable at 5, RNAV Sparrow, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 17 right, down of Sparrow, SkyWest 3129, thank you.
And SkyWest 725, you can continue taxi, Kilo Echo Golf.
Continue Kilo Echo Golf.
He's
for,
too professional
725.
to acknowledge you, Matt. Strobe's on. We're going to line up. We're going to take a little bit of time, even though we said we were ready. Good day, Riley. Good, thank you, Parache. I'm very well.
And DFW Tower, red nose 9.
Alright, let's just get a few things set up. I'm not quite as ready as I thought I was.
Red nose 793, DFW Tower, hello. You're cleared to Cleveland, Zach 3 departure, basket, transition, and then is filed. Climb via the SID, departure frequency 135.17, squawk 2312.
Won't worry about the radar for now.
Cleared to the Cleveland International Airport, Zach 3, basket, transition.
Okay, we'll press the toga button.
Then as filed, departure frequency 135.17 and 2312 in the box.
Check the heading. Heading's
Heavy
fine.
readback is correct. Information
Let's
November 3rd, advised, ready for taxi and expect runway 17 right for departure. We'll expect 17 right.
Thank you, Stephen.
SkyWest 725, wind variable at 5, runway 17 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 17 right for SkyWest 75.
There's 80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Speed and nav. And we'll just hand fly it for a little bit.
SkyWest 3129, contact Fort Worth Center, have a great day.
Contact Fort Worth Center. Have a great day, you too. Thank you. SkyWest 3129. Bye bye.
See ya. Bye.
Okay, let's get the old autopilot on. Oh, it is on. Good. Right. We'll get our flaps up now. And we will turn on the fuel crossfeed. Sorry, turn off the crossfeed override thingy.
5917, Fort Center, hello.
We'll accelerate up to 250 knots. Probably a little quick with the old flap retraction there, to be honest.
If you're on the ground at Oakland City, are you ready for taxi?
Taxi, America 5917.
American 5917, runway 17 left, taxi via Echo, and squawk 2306.
Confirm squawk 2280.
American 5917, squawk 2306, 2306.
And once we get to 220 or so, we'll reduce decline thrust. Thank you, Simon.
Squawk 2326, America 5917, taxi via Echo.
I'll probably use VNAV descent with it.
That is correct.
Depending
runway
on
17 left, taxi via Echo,
depending on what clearance we get from ATC.
2306. Thank you.
Fort Worth Center, SkyWest 3129, climbing through 8,600 feet on the Acuna 9 departure.
SkyWest 3129, Fort Center, hello. Radar contact, climb maintain 17,000.
Climb maintain 17,000, SkyWest 3129.
American 2821, descend to maintain 3,000.
710 3000, American 2821.
Southwest 1037, clear on Bravo 2.
Southwest 1037, taxi park, remain this bridge, take care.
Parking district, Southwest 1037, thanks.
Re-engage speed mode. That got a little bit naughty. It captured the altitude and I didn't spot it, so now we are going too fast. But only a little bit. At 10,000 feet we can accelerate to 290 anyway, so yeah, not too bad. Lost a few knots between friends. Okay, we'll get the landing lights off.
American 2459, would you be able 17
Oh,
center?
what is going on with my track IR?
Yes, no problem. We can say 177, American 2459.
American 2459, disregard, actually tower is accepted. It says expect ILS 17 right approach.
So now we're looking for Mach 0.74. And in the meantime we can run our climb checklist. Fuel cross flow has been set to auto, bleeds and APU set. Thrust reverses, we can turn them.
Okay, we can say 17 right for approach, American 2459.
Cas. Nothing.
That was 3129, climb maintain to level 310.
Well, maintain flight level 310, SkyWest 129.
Forward Center, good afternoon, SkyWest 75 with the flight level 35.
Yes, good
That was
fun.
745 for center radar contact, climb maintain 17,000.
I just hate the
17,000 for
knobs.
SkyWest
I
75.
hate the knobs so much.
And forward center, UPS 2266.
CBS 2266 center.
Would it be possible if
I
we
will
were to
catch up
climb
with
up
you,
to
chap.
flight level
That's
350
just
instead? Or
too
you
much
just
to
want
think about,
heavy?
but I will get
CBS
back to you, sorry.
2266, no problem, climb
Sorry
maintain
for
to level
ignoring you a little.
350.
350, thank you. UPS
Here we are.
2266 heavy.
Oh, I haven't missed too much. Good. The new emojis don't show in my overlay chat. I know. The overlay chat is rubbish with emojis. I could just leave it out, I suppose, but... Oh, Manuel! Thank you! Thank you very much. Thanks for the donation, I appreciate that. Knob rage, I know. I'm very familiar with it. I know. Absolute nightmare. Right, what was I going to do? Sort out my bar at the top.
2778,
KFSM.
flight level 240.
That should have fixed the bar at the
2778,
top.
Fort
I
Center,
hope.
let's walk 2316.
Yeah, it seems to have.
5116
Thanks to whoever pointed that out. We're passing the transition altitude.
turn left
Hooray!
heading 270, vector
So,
career,
we're
ILS
set.
17 approach.
Standard.
Turn 270, vectors ILS
299.
American 574, expect ILS runway 17 center approach.
Made a
GSW
fuss.
altimeter
We've made a scene.
3004.
Probably time to go. Yeah, thanks, Willie. I'm glad you popped by. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Indeed, Simon. Yeah. But more successful than it sometimes is in the
Southwest
CRJ.
8375, Fort Center, cycle
It
transponder
must
squawk
be said.
2270.
Alexandra, no, I'm not. But I am setting one up with Ben, with Flightzilla. So yes, watch this space for that.
So with 725, climb and maintain to level 270.
Yeah, I know, Simon. Me too.
270 from SkyWest 75.
Pleasure, pleasure. In fact, it's probably time to turn the seatbelt sign to auto, isn't it?
American 5917, fly runway heading, wind 13008, runway 17 left, over takeoff.
Right, now we're in the air, I can probably do a little bit of a sales pitch.
American
So
2821, turn left heading 210, intercept the
if you're enjoying what you're seeing, if you'd like to support the channel, then do please click the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. You can also make a donation, as Manuel did, either via the super chat or via streamlabs.com/philbertflies. Every little helps. Finally, if you want to support me regularly with a monthly donation in return for some fantastic perks, oh, dingo. Thank you. Then you can join Club Filbert, as Harrison is about
For
to...
England.
American 2778, Fort Center, radar contact.
is about
25 miles south
to
of Belgium.
show you in the chat, yeah, which is my membership program. Dingo, thank you ever so much for the donation. That's really very generous of you and much appreciated.
American 574, expect
Yeah, it
ILS
does, Simon,
17
it
center
does.
approach, DFW altimeter 3004.
Expect approach for Ireland.
Right, well, we can relax a little bit now. Could even have a little bit of a wing view as we climb up
21
up
5
through the
miles from
evening
Ding,
sky.
maintaining 3000 until steps on the local western cleared ILS runway 17 center approach, maintain 170 knots until a 5 mile final.
Maintain 3000 to establish time with 117 till, just confirm this 160 speed.
American 2821, clear ILS 17 center approach, maintain 170 knots until the 5 mile final.
175 mile final for American 2821, clear 177.
Have I heard of a channel called Air Force Proud 95? No, I haven't actually, Project. No. I'll have to give it a look.
GPS 2266, traffic 12 o'clock, 65 miles, westbound, 737, level 340.
Down on a T-task for UPS 9266.
And breathe.
We're going to pass below you 1,000 feet, no factoring, action A321.
Part of the reason I wanted to fly, or I was originally going to fly, the A320 this evening, partly to have a look at the new Kraken,
2778 heavy traffic,
partly because it's just a lot more relaxing than flying the CRJ, because I know what I'm doing with it more. But I'm glad we're doing this. This was the second most requested flight amongst Club Filbert Gold members after the
American 2821, contact DFW
Dash
Tower
8 flight from
take care.
Vienna to
126.55,
Innsbruck, which I cancelled.
American 2459, flight heading 090 to maintain 4000.
You're off, Harrison, no worries. Oh, good luck. Have a good shift. Have a good shift. I can't believe how little sleep you've had today. But yeah, I hope it goes okay and I'll see you soon. Beautiful wing texture it is. It is.
American 5917, radar contact. American 5917, clear direct Farah, climb and maintain level 330.
Perform position.
Do you know I never fly the Citation Longitudes with you? I fly the CJ4 quite a lot, but I haven't flown the Longitude more or less since it was launched. Isn't this stunning though?
American 2459 is going to maintain 3000.
2459, 3000, American 2459.
American 2459, turn left in 080.
It's just occurred to me that there is a possibility,
American 2459.
if this guy covers Fort Smith. Oh, he doesn't. I was going to say there's a possibility we might have to do an RNAV after all.
Mark 411, no problem, on your back.
But no.
Alright, we'll call back.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, yeah. Is it good with the new mod? Or I guess it's not that new anymore.
American 5917,
I
turn
should give it
direct
a whirl.
Farah and flight level 330.
Sierra Club maintain 330, America.
Right, because this is such a short flight.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't convert to Mac. Well, that's alright, we want to do 0.77 in the cruise anyway. What was I going to say? No idea. Oh, I was going to say because it's such a short flight, we should
2459,
probably
left heading
start setting up for the
050
arrival
vector
before much
resequence.
longer, but we'll get our speed stabilised first. Just watch my CJ4 video. Oh, good. Oh, I'm really pleased. Yeah, it's a fantastic plane, the CJ4, with the mod. Brilliant. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
American 2459, radar contact lost.
It was very disappointing when you arrived in Innsbruck only to find out that... Well, to be honest, Simon, you'd have been disappointed anyway because I was flying from Vienna, so... You'd have missed it either way.
American 574, kind of maintain 3000.
The mod does make some good. Okay.
That's
That's encouraging. At some point I'll try it. I've just got so many planes now. Now I've reinstalled P3D as well.
American 574, you direct thing.
Oh, I've just seen the rest of your message, Swiggy. I hadn't scrolled down. Make some good improvements to it. Good. Hello, iChat. Welcome. How are you doing? You should say. Jeff's pilot. Hello.
American 574, you direct thing, sir.
Direct, thanks, American 524.
Okay, so for the descent preparation,
574, 12 miles from Zane.
first thing we're going to do is set the landing elevation.
ILS runway 17 center approach.
First thing I'm going to do is get up some charts for the arrival. That would be a good start. And we want to be at 3,500.
Forward, we have a little return with the
easy.
team, but we are back American 2459 and we are heading 050 right now. 3,000.
2459, Roger, thank you. That's going to be Vexus Farisi.
Okay, and the landing elevation is going to be 469.
Forward, Max 411 back with you.
411, Roger.
Call it 460, I'll do us. And we're going to get our landing data in, our speeds, etc. from the EFB. So back to the performance tab. Here are our landing speeds. We've got a VREF of 136 knots.
Red nose 793 Arnaz to Surfa.
Red nose 793, forward center radar contact, climb maintain 17,000.
I'm not convinced that worked. Is it not? Maybe it doesn't come up down there. I don't know.
American 2459, radar contact loft.
Set the ILS frequency on standby. We'll do that now. So the ILS frequency is 111.3.
American 270, correction, American 2778, descend by the Beery 1 arrival, DFW altimeter 3004.
So that's ready to switch across when we
Stand
need
by
it.
the
Center American 411, please step away for about 2 more minutes.
And we'll set our minimums,
American
which
411, no
are
problem, let me know when you're back.
719. So to do that, we choose MDA.
This is Southwest 3717, Virginia, flight number 390.
American 2778, say again, please, this block.
Call it 720.
Southwest 3717, forward center, squawk 230.
And we'll have a little look at our descent, sorry, not descent, direct intercept page.
Forward, Southwest
Our descent rates.
3717, can you get the squawk code one more time?
No problem, Southwest 3717, squawk 2370.
Ooh, we don't have all of the waypoints here.
2370, Southwest 3717.
Let's just double check our arrival here. ILS 07. Oh yes, we couldn't put in the transition we wanted. That was the issue. I wonder if we can just add it in. So,
American 2778, descend by the Beery 1.
Stand by the B1 arrival.
oh, I'm really
for American
confused. I'm really
2778.
confused. These waypoints don't make any
Southwest
sense.
3717, radar contact 20 miles north of
We want
the
Ixazi and
Spring
Jumbo
Field.
and then the ILS.
Roger, Southwest 3717.
Oh, I've got the wrong blooming airport.
Forward, American 411 back with you.
11 Roger.
Oh no. It's the same thing I did in the bar at the top. Okay, we can rectify this.
American
KFSM.
574, contact DFW tower 126.55.
I hope we can
Take care.
rectify this. I hope we can.
Tower
Execute.
126.55.
Departure arrival. ILS 07. Oh, we've got ILSs in both
793,
directions.
climb maintain level 410.
We're going to go for the straight in anyway. And we're going to go by Ixazi. Which we don't have. Execute. Legs. Okay, so we're going to delete the vectors leg because we don't have ATC on there, and we're going to clear this discontinuity by doing that. Boom, done. Now we're going to go to the directed descent page and watch for our top of descent, which is coming up. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Dazza, hello, welcome. How you doing? Nice to see you. Why so short of a flight?
American 411, you're actually departing
Don't know,
Myers
really.
Space to the east.
CRJ
Center
flights
of
generally
offline.
are quite
Frequency
short, I
changes.
guess.
Take care.
Order 228, we'll see you later.
You wonder why I didn't start the chronometer. I never bother with it. I'm used to have planes that,
CBS
that
2266,
well, I'm used to the A320 logs your off blocks time and everything, so there's no leave. Melon Lord, thank you very much. This is the CRJ700, Jeffs. What do you mean? I don't know myself, that's a bit odd. Good evening, Simon, welcome. Crackassy PKK. Brilliant.
SkyWest 3129, descend via pilot's discretion, maintain 16,000.
Descend pilot's discretion, maintain 16,000, SkyWest 3129.
SkyWest 725, same for you, descend via pilot's discretion, maintain 16,000.
Flight discussion 16,000 for SkyWest 25.
Okay, so that's that.
Fort Smith altimeter 3011.
Copied SkyWest 3129, thank you. Now we want to engage VS mode. iChat, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome. Exactly, Simon. Exactly. Do you know, I momentarily there forgot that this plane didn't have VNAV. Okay, so we can have a little look at our direct inset page. We want to be at 4,000 feet by Ixazi, so we want to descend at 2,300 feet per minute. So let's make that happen right now. I tell you what, I've made some boo-boos on this stream, on these streams before now. I don't think I've ever put the wrong airport in there.
Delta Alpha Sierra, Fort Center, go ahead.
That's all new.
Request VFR.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Dallas log to Dallas Fort Worth International. With the information extra.
And there was me going on about, well, there's no point importing the Simbury flight plan because, you know, it's such a short route.
For X-ray Delta Alpha
That is the
Sierra,
advantage
Fort
of importing the
Roger,
Simbury flight plan.
Enter Dallas Bravo Airspace, maintain VFR.
Although now I'm wondering if even that is right.
Departure frequency 135.17, squawk 2311.
Yeah, it is. And so the flight plan I filed on
Walk
VATSIM. So that's the main thing.
2311, maintain 2,500 VFR.
Genuine noobish behaviour that was.
And call you when ready to talk.
Delta Alpha Sierra, read back correct, thank you.
Beautiful. Descending very nicely. Hello, Ben. Welcome. One thing we haven't yet done is run the descent checklist, so let's just do that now.
Southwest 1107 IFR to Atlanta.
All checked.
Southwest 1107, Fort Center, hello, clear to the Atlanta Airport, Landry 5, departure, port transition, then is filed, climb via SID, departure frequency 135.17, squawk 2242.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, very well. How are you?
Southwest 117, rig Mac correct, expect 13 right. Actually 1107, you're on the east side, you can take 17 left, or correction 13 left, it's your choice.
We'll stick with whatever the main flow is.
Roger, take 13 left, it'll be easier.
Just going to increase our descent rate ever so slightly.
No
worries, Terraform. Although we're not that far out.
Sierra, can you take
It'll only be about
departure
10 minutes.
from Gulf intersection for 13 right?
Yeah, me too, Simon. And it was because I was so busy messing around at Fort Worth that we got it, I think.
13, the runway
It's
in 13
wonderfully
right.
hazy, isn't it? Very atmospheric.
Delta Alpha Sierra, are you able departure from Gulf intersection for 13 right?
Yes, Golf at 13 and 13 right. It's up here.
So we want to stick to 320 knots at the most,
Roger,
so we'll switch that
right,
over now.
via Gulf.
13 right by Golf, Delta 4 X-ray, Delta Alpha here.
Now I'm curious about this plan to arrive on runway 17. I might just ask the other guy what his plans
American
are.
5917, you're departing my airspace to the east. Message center is offline. Frequency change approved. Take care.
Frequency change approved. Contact 122.80. Have a good one. Thank you, sir. America 5917.
You too, see you.
Wait! Is this other aircraft Rob who's watching the stream? I was just about to send you a message, but I swear that's you. If it is, I won't send you a message because you'll know I'm planning on a runway 7 arrival. But give me a shout if. Well, give me a shout. Yeah, it is you, isn't it? Of course, it's you. Good. You happy with the runway 7 arrival, Rob? Or Robert? Sorry, Robert. Get the old transition. I'll see what am I talking about. We'll set local pressure, is what I mean. 3006. There it is. We'll turn the seatbelt sign back on. I said we'll turn the seatbelt sign back on. And actually, I think we'll have a bit more lighting. If we can, please. Do you know I've never actually flown this in the dark? Forward sender, SkyWest 3129. Request further descent if possible.
SkyWest 3129, unfortunately, course message offline. Frequency change approved. Take care.
Frequency change approved. Thanks for the ATC. Bye-bye. SkyWest 3129.
SkyWest 725, same for you. Memphis is offline. Frequency change approved. Take care.
Switch over to ground for SkyWest 756, CC out.
I did think it's quite a coincidence that there's someone else flying to this random airport. Alright, let's wind the altitude down, re-engage VNAV if it'll let us, not re-engage VNAV, you know what I mean, re-engage VS. Double check what descent rate we need. I'm going to bring the throttles back a little way. 2,100. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's reduce our speed even further. We'll bug 250 knots. Ready for our passing below 10,000. I'm never quite sure how long it takes to slow this plane down. And we'll switch to the intercept altitude, I think. I don't see any reason why not, seeing as there's no ATC. So that should be 2,100. There we have it. arm the thrust reversers. Barely worth disarming them, really, is it? By typing very intense today. Yeah, I'm very much in the zone for this flight. I've had 2 really quite bad flights today, to be honest. The one in the Dash 8 was not good. And the 747 I was flying overnight from Quito to Luxembourg, that flew beautifully right up until I had to do a go around because I was too high, and then I couldn't re-engage the autopilot. So I've had a few little stresses flight wise, and I'm very keen for this to go well and not to mess anything up. I didn't work out that, well, the descent rates are given here in this direct intercept page. Or is it intercept or intersection? That would be INTS. Direct intercept page. So you can see that we want to be at 4,000 feet by Ixazi, and therefore we want to be descending at 1,700 feet per minute. Now that rate will change as you change your airspeed and other things. But yeah, that's how you do it in the CRJ. As a general rule of thumb, actually I don't know of a general rule of thumb for this plane in particular. But yeah, that's how you do it in this plane. It varies. I did, if you're interested, Brad, I did a full flight flying lesson with a real CRJ pilot, Michael, and I'll put a link to that in the chat, and that basically will teach you literally everything that I know in about the CRJ. Nothing more satisfying than a good flight after. It's true, Simon. It's true. We're very close now. So I'm going to do a bit of concentrating. I think that's the key. Get the old landing lights on. And the recognition taxi light. To try and work out how I get a little bit of oh no, don't want that. I want some backlighting up here. I will sort that out on the ground, doesn't really matter. Can't remember off the top of my head. Oh good, I'm glad you found it useful. Yeah, I mean, I've had to watch it again as well, quite a few times, and I still forget things. It's a lot to take in. Scott, don't you worry. You're sick. You're allowed to be preoccupied. Okay, let's bug down to 200 knots. Lower right on the overhead. A wheel knob will illuminate the overhead. Lower right. This one. Ah, you're worth your weight in gold, Dingo. Thank you, much appreciated. And Clarence, thank you as well. That is odd. No, I feel for you. It's not nice. So yes, interestingly, this is the white snowflake is suggesting that we are below our descent profile, and we probably are actually a little. I don't know. It's saying 4,000 feet though at Ixazi, and the purple banana is showing that we will be at 4,000 feet at Ixazi. Don't know, I'm quite happy with it. I think we'll leave it. What I'm going to do is sync the heading, and we're going to switch to heading mode now. And we're going to change our nav source to green needles for the ILS. And we're going to arm approach mode when we get a little bit closer to this next waypoint. And we're going to keep our speed coming down as best we can. Well, we can't actually. We can't at the moment, but that's fine. It's not a problem. What I will do though is adjust our altitude to 2,100 now. I'm going to increase our descent rate a little bit because the constraint that it's got in there is not accurate. Oh, I'm changing the course. What an idiot. So we'll level off at 2,100 and then hopefully we'll be able to intercept the glide slope from there. There's 200 knots. Interesting, there's no DME here. There's 190 knots, so we can get our first stage of flaps out. And at 180 our second stage. And before we intercept the glide slope, which I'm not yet seeing, we'll get the gear down. What a glorious view. It has actually, Scott. Yeah, it's been alright. So let me just remind myself of our VREF. So 136. So we'll stick to 140. We'll get a few more flaps down, and we'll get the gear down before we intercept the glide slope. There we are, leveled off at the intercept height. Eesh. It's really wanting a lot of nose up, isn't it? Why are we climbing? Shouldn't be climbing. Shouldn't be climbing at all. Don't know why it's climbing. Okay. You disconnect the autopilot if that's what you want to do. That's not a problem. I'm just going to re-engage it. I would like to see if it will capture the glide slope. Getting really slow. Really slow. Max, hello, welcome. I'm glad you made it as well. Yeah, why is it climbing? Anyone? Anyone know why it's climbing? Okay. Alright, it says it's captured the glide slope. We've got glide slope green. Flight director's wanting us to plummet to the earth. Speed's still too slow, but let's see what it does. And we can always take over. It's a bug. Oh, really? Yeah. England won. They did. It was a good game, isn't it? You have another flight suggestion. Gatwick to Aqaba. Thank you. I think that is actually on my maybe one day list. Ooh. So after that initial little issue there, seems to be alright. Fort Smith traffic, SkyWest 3129, 5 mile final, runway 07. Not yet, Max. There's still time. That's true of light aircraft, Beaver. It's the opposite for airliners. Have you? Yeah. There. It is. There is Yeah, it is a bit weird. It is a bit weird, a little bit unreliable. Maybe, Riley, maybe. To be confirmed.
1,000.
It's flying this glide slope pretty well though. This might be the best I've had it. Okay, let's disengage the autopilot and hand fly it down, because why not? Usually we have to. Today we don't have to, but we're going to do it anyway. Yeah, it's alright now, isn't it? It's alright now.
500.
Just tickling the trim wheel slightly. Yeah, we were getting a bit slow.
400.
It's true.
Sportsman suspect, SkyWest 725, come on final, ILS runway 7, for the traffic.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ooh. What are these little black things? What is going on? What is going on? What? What? I definitely lowered my gear. Let's just get out of the way so that the other aircraft can land. What happened there? Well, we know what happened there. The gear weren't down. Now they are down. I'm so confused. I am so confused. Did I forget the gear? Did I forget the gear? Blimey. Oh, well, there we are. Are you sure I forgot the gear? I could have... You put it down, but it wasn't showing on the ICAS. Yeah, I thought I had. Yeah, I should have checked we had 3 green. But why has it come down now? Oh, I don't bloody know. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129, clear of runway. Now I can't move. Can't move. Oh, I can move. Christ. Oh well, there we are. What was it you're saying, Simon? Nothing more satisfying than a good flight after a series of bad ones. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Still, Kai enjoyed it. You thought I had as well, Renee. Yeah. If you slew it, it comes down. Well, it's down. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that'll be why. It's a mystery. Anyway, let's hold here on this other runway and watch Robert's landing. And then we'll taxi to a gate. Oh, look at that. How's that for a view, though? I know, it's sad, isn't it, Kai? Yeah, thank you, Bevera. We'll look at the FPM later, because I think it might have been quite low in spite of the lack of gear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I guess the black stuff was pieces of runway, right? I don't know. Maybe it's my throttle quadrant not set up right. I don't know. A butter fuselage light landing, yeah. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, look at that, Robert landing with all of his landing gear down. Looked very, very nice, Robert. Right, let's cross this and we'll taxi to the gate. Let me just have a quick look at the chart. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129, crossing runway 07 on runway 1 and taxiing to the ramp via Alpha and Golf. Get some dignity back. Demetrius, welcome. Wind it back a bit, you'll enjoy it.
Portsmouth traffic, SkyWest 105, vacated runway 7 via Charlie, taxiing to the gates via Alpha.
The lovely Dash 8. Well, I flew it this morning and I'd basically forgotten everything I knew about it, so I figured we'd play on the safe side. We'll fly the CRJ today because I know how to fly that. And yeah, I'm going to do the Dash 8 flight in a few weeks once I've had a chance to actually practice, because, you know, I don't want my reputation to be in tatters. It is Tatter, it is. Yes, slightly more of us is on the ground than we wanted it to be, in fact, Matt. We left a few little pieces on the runway, but it's all fine. It's all fine now. Oh my god. Right. Right, let's I can't blooming see anything. I'm going to turn the dome light on so I can see things. Turn the strobe lights off. And we'll do our after landing checklist quickly. Slats and flaps R0. APU will turn on now. Probes will turn off. Okay, and we'll there are no stands as such. We'll just turn in here and stop. Paro was worse, Kai. You think? Yeah, it was definitely. Well, Eric, welcome to the party. I think you might be a bit behind because, yeah, that was a while ago. I didn't forget the gear. The gear was down. The gear lever was down. But for some reason, the gear didn't extend. Now, I would guess that's something to do with my throttle quadrant. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, these things happen. It's my pleasure, Kai. It's my pleasure. Okay, so here we are. APU is available, and we're going to just do our shutdown checklist, or get that up. So we'll cut the engines. Turn off the seatbelt sign. Turn off the fuel pumps. Turn off the beacon. Logo and nav lights can stay on. Turn off the nose wheel steering. And we'll get the passengers off.
Door.
We'll get the power cart if we can. Oh, we'll get the chocks in first, eh? The ground power cart over. And AC is now available. We'll leave the APU on because it's quite warm. Keep the passengers cool. And welcome to Fort Smith. Sadly, Kai. Sadly. The gear lever was up. Was it? Well, it was down on my throttle quadrant, so I don't understand that. Let me have a quick look at my controls. Oh, that should have been on twin engine jet. So that should be button 32 and button 31, which it is. I guess I'll have to fly it again and test it in the air. I don't know. It's really odd. Anyway, good flight other than that, wasn't it? Maybe it was set to default, but I didn't click on it. I don't know. What I'm going to do, I think, is... do you know, what I think I'm going to do is fly back to Dallas Fort Worth. What do you think of that? We'll have another go at it, and we'll have a little go. Try and get it working in the plane. I thought I'd just do this tomorrow, but it's still quite early, and yeah, we could just do it now. We'll be done in another hour and a half, something like that. Yeah, I think we'll do it. Well, I'm going to do it. You don't have to stick around. But I'm going to keep streaming, and I'm going to do another flight. I'm going to fly back to Dallas. There we are. Decision made. Decision made. Just bear with me while I do a new flight plan. Right. So, I think it even keeps the same flight number, I think. Dallas to Fort Smith to Dallas. Yes, it does. I would quite like to sort out my cockpit lighting, though. I feel I must have missed a knob somewhere. Mark, hello. No, it's not all over. It's not all over because I'm flying back again. Good night, Kai. Well, to hopefully redeem myself, Riley. To hopefully redeem myself. It could all go equally wrong. It's just been a really bad flying day today. It really has. But anyway. Let's get the lighting how we like it. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Working overtime. Thank you very much indeed.
You love to see it. Two Legs Filbert Entertainment tonight.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, flight plan time. Let me do that quickly. You don't need to look at that. It's quite dull. So SkyWest 3129 from KFSM to KDFW. And we're going to be flying the CRJ7, of course, again. That's all we need. Comma, Arnett and Seaver. What's the latest weather? Because I kind of think we might as well take off in the opposite direction to what we landed in. Oh, there's no wind. Literally no wind. Well, we decided runway 7 was in use, so we'll use runway 7, I guess. Runway arrival, runway 13 right. 13 right? Oh, okay. Fine, we can do that if need be. We'll probably get cleared one way or the other anyway. So, analyze route. Save flight. Generate OFP. The lights are... Yeah, I've already got those set. It's just the... we could put a bit more floodlighting on, I suppose. Oh, yes. Yes, it's these lights I wanted, which I thought were over here, but they're not. Thank you, Eric. Very helpful. No worries, Robert. Well, thank you for flying along. Much appreciated. Okay. Do you know, I don't... Oh, I have actually. I have done multiple legs in this, but not since launch day. I don't think we need to do our originating check flow again, to be honest with you. I don't think that's going to achieve anything. We know how everything's set. Okay, let's just check our levers. Flight spoiler levers all the way forward. Flaps are retracted. Gear is decidedly down. Oh, it was a good game. It was such a good game. Just toss him some more fuel and off you go. Yeah, exactly. Let's do that now. So, performance. Yes, I do want to generate this flight plan. Thank you. Do you know, we probably don't even need more fuel. Don't forget the Benet overlay. I will try not to. As it turned out, those black things were bits of runway. Okay. So, our zero fuel weight, 26530. I'm going to have to watch the replay myself. Work out what the hell happened. Fuel is 3602. Set payload in simulator. And we'll copy the perf init data while we're there. And we'll set the V-speeds while we're there as well. Okay. Flight plan. KFSM. I've even I'm going to put the right airports in for both of them this time. KDFW. Alternate is going to be OKC. Is that Oklahoma? KC. And we'll go to our departure. Well, we'll execute that. Put in our flight number, which is exactly the same as it was. SKW3129. There we are. It was good, wasn't it? It was good, Melon. Yeah, I'll check the G key. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. But I've definitely got the right control profile selected now, so hopefully it'll be okay. Hope so. Right, we'll do the posinit page now. And we'll just change the airport to where we are now. Although, because we've got the GPS in, it doesn't really matter. KFSM. We'll reset the GPS position. I think that's probably something you're meant to do, though I couldn't swear to it. Okay, back to the flight plan. and over to departure and arrival. So we're going to go with runway 7, execute, back to the flight plan, and then we're going direct to comma, KOMMA, then direct to RRNet, execute that, and back to departure and arrival. Well, we'll do what it says, and we'll put in 13 right. Although I've got a feeling we'll be cleared to something else, but anyway. And then we're doing the SEVA 4 arrival. Execute that. Have a look through the legs page. We don't want this discontinuity, I don't think. Just get the charts up and make absolutely sure I know what I'm doing. Why hasn't it got that arrival in there? Like, from our RNet, we don't want to be going straight to SEVA. We want to be going via... You can clip on YouTube, yeah. Yeah, yes, welcome William. Yes, I am indeed. Yeah, you can clip on YouTube. Do I have to enable it? I thought you could just do it. I'll look into that though. Comma RRNet. No, this hasn't picked up the arrival, I don't think. Maybe I didn't execute it, it's possible. 13 right, via SEVA 4. Ah, there we are, via R, and then we want the RRNet transition, I guess. Yes, we do. That's more like it. Execute. Back to the legs page. Put RRNet on top of RRNet. Yeah, Bob's your uncle. Okay. Okay, over to performance and perf init. We're going to put in our cruise altitude, which is going to be, can't remember, flight level 280. It's got our fuel, hasn't got our 0 fuel weight, even though I'm pretty sure I did set that. Now it has. Execute. Put in our winds. Demetrius. You didn't see it live though, did you? All this time you've been hoping. All this time you've been hoping for me to crash. And you weren't here. Devastating. For you, not for me. Plus 16 ISA, same as on the way out. Execute. And our reserves are 637. Taxi fuel is 227. Oh, taxi fuel is 227 and reserves are 637. Done. Okay. Right. So it's about a 39-minute flight, something like that. VNAV climb. That's correct. VNAV cruise, we're going to change to Mach 0.77. VNAV descent, we're going to change to 77/320. Bosh. Done. Now we're going to set our takeoff speeds, which I may have already done. Yes, I already have done. Going to check our stab trim, 7.5 units. And we're currently on 6.6, so we'll just change that. There. Hello Trends Memes, welcome, welcome. And before I forget, as Dingo has reminded me, I'm just going to sort out the overlay. That should have done it. Rene! You've upgraded to silver. Why didn't we get a notification? Maybe it's coming. That's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad, Mark. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. This is what I always say. My worst streams are everyone else's best streams. So whatever happens, someone's a winner. Right. We've got the latest altimeter setting. That hasn't changed. I think we're pretty much there, aren't we? Well, we'll set our altitude. I tell you what, I'm going to sell Club Filbert Silver on this flight. I deserve another upgrade or another sign up. Righty ho, righty ho. Let's just get my charts up. So the runway heading is 076. I bet because I'm rushing to do another leg that something else will go wrong. 076. I'll do my best, Dazza. I'll do my best. I'm trying to work out. I don't honestly know if it was my fault or the plane's or the hardware's fault. It wasn't the plane's fault, I'm pretty sure. Switch that to FMS. And I'm sure my gear lever was down. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. Landing elevation's set. Nav is set. Okay, let's do some checklists, Kai. We don't need to do the originating. Before start, passenger signs. Stick the seatbelt sign back on. Landing elevation set, FMS checked and set, altimeters are set, IRS is aligned and nav radars is set. Done. Cleared to start. So the APU is on. Electrics have been checked. Doors. Let's get the doors closed. Remove that. Let's disconnect the air cart and then remove the chocks. Grout and power cart even. Fuel pumps are on. Beacon we'll put back on. Hydraulic pumps are set to auto and on. Parking brake should be set. Yes, it is. Just after my stop in the gate, I actually used the stupid logbook thing. It didn't come up, did it? It's true, Simon. Oh, I forgot you were Austrian. Of course you're... Yeah, my apologies. I think I said something about being sorry about the result of the football, and yeah, you are not German. Sorry. Now we definitely deserve the Innsbruck flight. You do. You do. You do. And you will have it. That is a promise. You will have it. I just need to learn how to fly the plane from scratch again. Hello, Kevin. Yes, I'll let the others tell you about it while I go and get some water. I won't be a minute. Okay, I'm back. Right, I feel ready. I feel like we're ready. I also feel like I've inevitably forgotten something. But I've done the checklist, so it should be fine. Let's get pushed back. Oh, we have no tug, unfortunately. So we want to be pushed back nose left. Exactly that, Scott. A very good summary of proceedings. Well, there are no taxiways on the apron to speak of, so I guess we'll just push until we're roughly parallel with that taxiway. Stop there. And we'll start the engines. Woohoo! It's all happening again. It's true, Simon. We're doing the return leg. Oh, okay. 50% of your heritage comes from Germany. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, that's a very nice position to be in. There's 20% of N2. Turn the floodlights down a little, I think. Do you, Kevin? God, it must be burning through a lot of rubber, no? Imagine having wheels slamming down onto a runway. Okay, so that's engine 2 started. We'll start engine 1. There's 20%. You would, Simon, you would. Not you, melon thingy. Austrians. Okay, so that's 2 good engine starts, so we'll turn off the APU. Turn the probes on. Don't need any anti-ice. We'll set the flaps to 8. We'll arm the nose wheel steering. Turn on the taxi lights. Oh, they don't do much, do they? No, they do at the edges, but they can't see much ahead. Probably good enough for our purposes. I'm not checking the flight controls again because I checked them before and then the gear didn't work. Electric's going to be fine. Okay, let's do the after start checklist. Yep, that's all good. Taxi, yes. Trims, yes. Have we done the trim? I think we did the trim, 7.5. Yep, we did. Flight instruments check, brake temperatures are fine. Let's go, let's go. Fort Smith traffic, SkyWest 3129, taxiing to runway 07 via Alpha. Someone is smashing me at the landing. Oh, Mark, you're a cruel man. Cruel man sometimes. Yeah. Do you know, I only get the least bit interested in football every 2 years, Simon, and even then, not always. But yeah, I did quite enjoy the game tonight. So, take the parking brake off, shall we? That's true, Scott, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. So I landed with sideways gear. Which definitely must save on tyre costs, right? Yeah, exactly, Rennie. Am I pronouncing your name right, by the way? You've been around for a while and you haven't corrected me. But I feel I might not be. Ooh. Ooh. These taxiway lights are confusing me. Oh no, we're alright, I think. Jeff boy, you are a little, but you're alright because we're taking off again. We're going back the other way. Yeah, me too, me too. Yes, they are, Caffel, I believe so. Just the nose one. It's alright, can see just about what we're doing. Well, I could turn the nose landing light on, but you're not meant to do that for taxi, are you? I don't know, I've honestly never done a night flight in the CRJ. This is all new to me. I suppose it does help you see, which is nice. Thanks, Jeff. Oh, Mr. Chill, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Thing is, I was able to raise my landing gear. So if I was able to raise it, I swear to God I did. I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. Yeah, I quite like the nose landing light on for taxi. I'm going to make it a thing whether or not it should be. So because there are no SIDS from this airport and because we're taking off in the opposite direction to our flight plan, we're just going to engage heading mode and we're going to self-vector ourselves onto the plan. Yeah, I know, I did worry a little bit about that, Scott. No, it's a freeware. It's got taxiway edge lights but no centerline lights. I don't know if that's prototypical. It is, I think it is in some airports, I think. Okay, let's get the rest of the landing lights on, strobe lights on. Fuel crossflow auto override on. Transponder is on, TCAS is on. Yep, happy with that. Yep. And we'll do the checklist. Yep, that's all good. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129 lining up runway 7, departure to the south. Okay. Oh, it's very, very dark, isn't it? So we'll press the toggle button. Take off green. Let's do it. God, Dingo, thank goodness you're here. I'd never heard that in my life. V1, rotate, positive rate, gear up, that worked, engage, speed and heading, 180 knots, flaps 1, .200 knots, flaps up, autopilot on, oh, autopilot on, and now we can accelerate up to 250 knots. Thrust levers to climb, fuel cross flow off, and we'll make a right hand turn to intercept our flight plan, our path. Good, that was alright. You went back and checked the part where you said gear down, but there was no reaction to lever in the cockpit, so maybe a settings error. Maybe. I'm just going to wiggle it now. It does work. Could I have said gear down and not put the gear down? I could have done. I don't know. We will never know. I'm 90% sure I pushed the lever, but I didn't check it up here anyway, so you live and learn, eh? That's brilliant. ILS is on. What do you mean ILS is on? Not in approach mode or anything. We're in FMS White Needles. I've never actually flown in a CRJ as a passenger. Yeah, it's true. And I think every other flight I've ever done, I probably have done that, but not today for some reason. I think I got confused because, well, not confused, but the plane was wanting to pitch up and we got a little bit slow, so I was sort of concentrating on flying the plane. I'm not making excuses. I absolutely should have checked that we had 3 green, but anyway, one of those things. And that's the main thing, Dazza. I've created memories for everyone. So above 10,000 feet, can accelerate to 290 knots. And we'll run the checklist. All good, all good. We can speak to the nice man on Fort Worth Centre. Is there a way of dimming this, do we know? It's ever so bright. Oh yes, there is, brightness. That's better. Wind views are not so good at night, I guess. So it depends where you got it. If you got it in the marketplace, you should be able to download it from there. If you got it from Aerosoft, then you use the Aerosoft updater, which should have installed when you installed the CRJ. Did he really? That's incredible. 1,700 quid. That's amazing. Does he find out what happened to his hair? Does he get to follow the story along, or is it sort of all anonymous after that? It did sound like an open window. I don't know what that was about. It's true, Simon. You always know the right thing to say to me. We can disarm the thrust reversers. It's the one thing we haven't done, I think. And there's the transition altitude. So we will set standard. Welcome back, Matthew. Well, may you ask. The first flight went beautifully, except for the fact that we landed with no gear. Now, I'm 99.9% sure I put the gear lever down on my throttle quadrant. So sure, I remember I can feel it in my hands. But anyway, yeah, we landed without it somehow. Which was not good. Not a good end to it. Hence, we're doing a return, so that I can redeem myself and go to bed feeling slightly less amateurish than I do at the moment. Yeah, I wondered that. Never mind. I mean, that's just amazing what he's done. That is really impressive. Austin, hello. Hope my stream's working unlike last time. That wasn't a good... No, it wasn't. I know. I'm still planning on ending that. At some point, I'm going to do like the last 2 hours of that flight. So I'll just speed up the sim rate and just start streaming for the last 2 hours because I can't bear leaving it unfinished. So we will, at some point, actually arrive in Singapore. For those of you who weren't here, the sim crashed to desktop 5.5 hours into a flight from Tokyo Narita to Singapore. And it was so... I've never felt more dejected after flight simming than I did there. Thanks, Ray. The Aerosoft CRJ doesn't play well with external gear and flat bleed. Well, that's reassuring. That is reassuring. So maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it was the hardware. I still should have checked we had 3 green, and I didn't do that. So. But you live and learn. You live and learn. I'm going to check the landing rate just for fun on Volanta because it felt very smooth in spite of the lack of gear. Yes, it was 95 feet per minute. See, who needs gear? No one needs gear. The aircraft's belly is plenty enough to absorb the impact. Gonna go for a bit. Don't know if you'll be back, but if you're not, don't forget the. Thank you, Riley. Very useful. Thanks. See you soon. See you soon. Okay, so we have reached our cruising altitude. I don't think we're going to quite be able to get 0.77 Mach out of it, but we'll switch to Mach mode anyway. Oh yeah, we can. We can do 0.77. It's not a problem. I wouldn't know, Daz. It's never happened before. Yeah, it's true. It hasn't sustained much damage. So far, that we've found so far. See, now if anything goes wrong with this flight, I can just blame the last flight. Win-win. So I think, as long as... oh, I think centre's gone offline. That's a shame. So possibly no ATC on the way in. I was just going to say we will expect vectors to final from Yabbit, but we won't. We'll have to vector ourselves in. Let me just double check that spy. Yeah, no ATC at all. No, that's not true. Oh no, that's Dallas Love Field that has ground and ATIS. Nothing on at Fort Worth. The last one I could sing a performance. Okay, so what we'll do then, seeing as there's no ATC online, is we'll try and get ourselves ready and set up for some sort of landing. I don't think we will use 1-3 right, to be honest. They weren't using that before, they were just using the north-south runways. So why not go for 1-7? Right. How's that looking? Yeah, we'll do that via nets. Okay, so departure arrival. ILS 17 right. By the nets transition. Still got our star. Just reselect it because I don't quite trust it. And we want the RR net transition. Execute. Go to the legs page. And we are inbound, please. Oh, it's lost half my flight plan. There we are. Please, Chimley, just switch them. Oh, it's this one! Please, Chimley, just switch them. Was it you, Matthew, is telling us the telling us about the story behind that? Oh, okay. 17 centre or 17 left. That's the normal runway for a northeast arrival. Thank you. Let's do that then. Okay, 17 centre. Let's just have a look at the airport chart. I don't know well enough to picture what any of that means. Let's do 17 centre, less of a taxi. Alright, bossy. And we'll go straight to Chimney. Doesn't want to. Alright, let's sync the heading, switch to heading mode. Oh, it seems to, oh no, it's worked it out, I think. I think it's worked it out. Good. Yeah, it's a good arrival. Now, because we are already on the star, I don't feel like I'm at all as much prepared for the approach as I would like to be. What have we got in the way of constraints? So by them, no, by switch we want to be doing 290 knots or less. That's fine, we will be. At Siva we want to be below 16,000 feet. So let's go to our direct intercept page here. Siva at 15,000. Sounds good. So we will, in a minute, initiate our descent at about 1,500 feet per minute. We can see here that we're expecting to start. The aircraft's expecting to start ascending in 28 nautical miles. Mike, hello. Never landed without that. He spent time trying while you climb. It was rubbish and finally had not raised it. Yeah, I've done that as well. Ah, see, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. I thought I did, and then it didn't do anything, so then I moved it up to LS1, but maybe not. Anyway. It's going to just now, and that's fine. That's fine for now. Honestly, just when you think you understand how this plane works, aside from the gear, forget about the gear, you realise you don't know much at all. We'll put our ILS frequency in already. It's going to be 110.3. Mr. Chill, I think mostly they are. Yeah, I think mostly they are. So, Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if we want to be at 290 knots or less, we should be in IAS mode and not still flying Mach numbers. Probably should have done that a while ago. We'll set a lower altitude, so what's our next constraint? 13,000 feet, see that. I know, Demetrius, I know. I'm not big into football, but even I got excited with that game. I really did. I was watching it with Marcus and Dingo and Melon Lord in the Club Filbert voice channel. It was good fun. We shouldn't really have the dome light on in an ideal world. Okay, 3 nautical miles to our top of descent. Let's start down now. And in order to be at 15,800 by SEVA, we want a 2,700 feet per minute descent. Which I think is going to be quite rapid, but that's alright. Yeah, it seems happy with 2.5. We're below the vertical profile, so that's alright. Someone told me to sink my heading, yeah. That is something, honestly, I think that is something that I will never do instinctively. I don't know why. I'm so aware of it. So many people have told me about it. I think that's going alright. I think it's going alright enough to have a little look outside. Just a reminder to click the subscribe button and the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the stream. Turn on the notifications bell. And if you'd like to, you can make a donation via streamlabs.com/filbertflies. And you can, you can join Club Filbert as well, which is my YouTube membership program, where you make a small monthly donation in return for various perks. Information below the video if you click join, if you'd like to know. If the FMS were to fail, the plane reverts to roll mode, not heading mode, so sinking it isn't. Oh right, yeah. Do you know, I always assumed it would revert to heading mode, and that was why you did it, but well, I'll worry about it less knowing that. Do you know, Desra, I've been doing too much flying lately. I flew the 747 from Quito to Luxembourg overnight last night with Ben, which was good fun. Then I messed around in the Dash 8 today for several hours trying to remember how to fly it. Didn't go terribly well. And now this. So tomorrow I'm having a day off, complete day off flying, and then I'm working Thursday to Sunday, and then I'll be back on it on Monday. So by SEVA we want to be doing 270 knots, so let's bug that now and slow down a little bit. Not that it hugely matters with no ATC on, but you know, I like to try and do things properly. So what confuses me is that it wants us to be doing 2,500 feet per minute descent to get to SEVA at the altitude it wants us to be at. That's what we're doing, and yet we are below the VNAV path, and the blue donut here is telling us that we don't need to descend this fast. You fly at 16 of the first 17 days in April. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of flying. Well, I'm touched that you're spending it watching my stream, Matthew. That's nice. Oh, I didn't even notice. My brain is that fried. I've got a tiny bit of spoiler out to slow us down more. Yeah, I think it's healthy. I think leaving the house is healthy as well. Getting some exercise. I had quite an active start to the week. Yeah, I was busy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but then since then it's just been this. Okay, we'll set local pressure. What is the Fort Worth altimeter? 3003. Speed brakes back in, get the seatbelt sign back on. And then we want to decrease our speed to 250 knots by Bridgie. Bet it's not Bridgie. Something like that. Did I ever go to the legs page and deal with the discontinuities after changing the arrival? No. That looks alright. And now we're past Siva, we can go down to 11,000 feet. Nick, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Set 250 knots. Oh, I already had. I just got massively slow. Can't even read the blooming displays anymore. Find yourself booting up the sim, putting in a flight plan, let the computer fly it just for a fix while you're working. No, the CRJ is not the tool for that job, is it? Okay, I'm going to set 6,000 now. For Yabt, and we want 1,300 feet per minute to get down there. Let's do the descent checklist. Landing elevation is not yet set. It's weird, for some reason I just didn't anticipate following a star for this much. I thought I'd have loads of time. And I haven't. So, everything looks different at night. Call it 560. Close that pop-up that you can't see. A lot to see outside here. Martin, welcome. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Alright, I think we're doing okay. TCAS set. Radar, not bothering with landing data. We haven't yet done actually, have we? Performance, landing speed, set all. So we're looking for a VREF of 136. There it is, landing gear down. We'll pay special attention to that one this time. Oh, now it wants us to go down a lot quicker, does it? Why? Why? I mean, we can, it's not a problem. So we want to be at 6,000 feet at Bossy, then down to 5,000 for Penny, 3,000 for Zing, and 2,300 for Jiffy. Well, that's not complicated at all. It's not needless work. Only thing missing from the MSFS CRJ is the constant EFIS compmon, ductmon fault, and left and right oil level low status message that everyone totally doesn't ignore. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pleased that these things are not there. Keen though I am for the utmost realism, I feel I have enough to think about. Just watched the beginning of the stream and said, oh dear, he said it's a glorious day for flying. It is a glorious day for flying. It's true. It's not the day's fault that the flying went wrong. So by Yabu we want to be at 230 knots. In fact, you know what? Let's not mess around. Let's bring it right down to 200 knots so we're not panicking as we approach the approach fix. Dispatch reliability so the CRJ does not have. I imagine when you're new, like a lot of these things where the old sweats sort of know how it is and what's allowed to be broken and what's not allowed to be broken. It must be quite hard to just ignore these things, right? Till you get used to it. Got to keep rolling indeed. Thanks, Caffel. Oh, lights, yes, landing lights. That's a good point. I tell you what, you're going to see a new me after my week off flying. Right, let's get the ILS frequency tuned, 110.3.
Traffic local 190, morning left
Didn't catch a word of what that bloke said on Unicom. It's something to do with Fort Worth. Right, right. Catful always remembers about the landing lights when I don't. It's one of those things that I used to do every single time, but for some reason, for the last month or so, just forget all about them. Yeah. Shouldn't we be getting blue needles round about now? I want some blue needles. Just check my frequency. 110.3 set, that's correct. What I'm going to do after this turn is sync the heading. $30 miles out. Oh, okay. I think we probably are roughly. Oh, maybe less than 30 miles out? Oh, maybe not. It is a long final, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. We are less than 30 miles out there, Don't know why it wants me to descend when we're supposed to be at 6,000 feet at Bossy. Going to ignore it. Right, let's set heading mode. And let's change the nav source and just see what happens. Nothing. Nothing on local. Okay, let's go back to nav. Oh, I'm less than 30 miles out, so I should have blue needles. So what have I done wrong? 110.3 is definitely the ILS frequency for 17 centre. Oh dear.
Southward traffic, Delta 190 is taking off from the left, marking straight out. Southward traffic.
MSFS only has a localizer service of something like 23 miles. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. So the localizer won't have any info unless you're less than 23 miles. I am. I'm less than 20 miles now. Let's just try tuning something else and switching back. That feels like something that definitely won't work, but anyway. Alright, we can descend to 5,000 now.
Unicom 337 Alpha Zulu at Dallas Love Field, departing runway 13.
Oh, there we are. We got them. We got the blue needles. Nobody panic. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129 is on a 15 mile final for runway 17 centre. Start reducing our speed down.
Southward traffic, Delta 190 is clear of runway 18 left.
Right, flaps 1. We passed Penny just about, so we can go down to 3,000 feet now. Flaps 8. Gear down. Well, that worked. Yeah. So we're above the glide slope at the moment. Landing gear, we're happy you joined us as well. Flaps 20. Will it intercept this from above? I don't really know. Yes, apparently so.
Traffic, Cessna 337 Alpha Zulu at 2,500, climbing for 2,000. Traffic.
Yeah, we seem to be okay. We seem to be okay. What was our VREF? 136. No gusts. Got landing gear down and 3 green. Next stage of flaps. And flaps full. So it seems to have lost the lope. We'll give it a chance. And we're getting stupid slow again. Okay, I think this is going to be alright. I think. Okay, let's do the landing checklist. On thrust reversers. Rest looks alright.
What the maneuver we're not in the road departing with you left. That's your traffic patterns.
Dallas Fort Worth traffic, JetBlue 1420.
Yeah, me too, careful.
17 right, Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah, what a noob landing 17 right, honestly. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129 is on a 6-mile final, runway 17 centre. Yeah, it's still not great at following the glide slope, Rennie, but it's much better than it was. Tell you what I hate more than landing without auto throttle though, Caffel. Landing without gear. I learned that tonight. The wind's a lot more blustery than the meta suggested it should be. I'll tell you that much. Thanks, Caffel. Ooh, we're all over the place. Let's disengage the autopilot. Landing 3 green. Landing gear 3 green. Blowing around like a leaf here.
500. 400.
Like a leaf.
300.
Still, we got loads of runway. Doesn't matter that we're a tiny bit high.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Well, welcome back everybody. Oh, thank you. I'll have a look at those taxi instructions.
Dallas Fort Worth, JetBlue 1420, 10 mile final, 17 right, Dallas Fort Worth.
Thanks, Deza. I think that was thanks, Rennie.
For 94 Mike Bravo, turning base for runway 131. Low traffic.
Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129, clear of 17 centre. You just cut across 17 right if you were, okay. Oh, I see. Right, let me just stop here a minute and we'll sort some stuff out, then I'll have a look at where I'm going. Right, let's turn those off. We'll turn off the strobes and do the after landing checklist quickly. I've retracted the flaps already because I'm on this. Let's turn off the probes and we'll start the APU. Oh yeah, Echo Lima and Kilo, I think will do us. Echo Lima and Kilo. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129 is taxiing to stand Echo 19 via Echo Lima and Kilo. It was, to reach. The last one at least looked like it was going well until the last minute. Whereas this one looked like it was going all over the place. No worries, Simon. Thank you very much for your presence and your reassuring words. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Now there was someone on final to 17 right, I think. See if we can see him. See a lot of lights, a lot of flashy lights. Let's have a quick look at that spy. Oh yes, he's very close. We'll probably wait for him to cross, I think. Oh, actually, do you know what? We may as well. Oh no, we won't. We'll wait here. We are Mr. F. We went back. We went back. Wild dogs couldn't make me, Melon Lord, quite frankly.
JetBlue 1420 clear 17 right on Kilo 8.
Oh, he's clear.
Over 942 Micro clear of runway 13 double check.
Strode back on to cross the runway. Fort Worth traffic, SkyWest 3129, crossing runway 17 right on Echo Lima. Some guys have to do it for us. Land on 17 left, then taxi via. Let me have a look at this. 17 left. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy, isn't it? I would really love an add-on scenery for Fort Worth. Does Fort Worth. I know that we have a handcrafted one, but it's not one of Asobo's finest. And it's such a cool airport with so many destinations. I feel it deserves some third-party attention. How long have I been flying for? Well, each leg was about 45 minutes, so an hour and a half flying, but I started the stream 3 hours ago, what with all the setting up and faffing about, etc. So Kilo's the next left, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to park at Echo 17. Don't know why, just picked it. Just a final reminder, probably a final reminder, I might say it again at the gate. If you haven't clicked the thumbs up button and liked the video, I'd very much appreciate that. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, if you want to make a donation, that's always gratefully received. You can do that via streamlabs.com/filbertflies. No worries, Dingo. It's been a pleasure having you along as always. See you soon. And thank you very much indeed for your donation. Your very generous donation at that. God bless the Australian tax office, that's all I'll say. Oh, Matthew, do you taxi this at night with the nose landing light on? See you soon, Rennie. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your generous support as well. Welcome to Club Filbert Silver, of course. Taxi with both the record and nose. Brilliant, thank you. Do you know, these don't have numbers, do they? So I'm just going to pick a gate. I think that next one. No, the one after, which has a bit more light on it. About 50-50. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, thank you. If I was feeling less charitable, I'd say better late than never, Caffrey, but anyway. As it was a short notice change of stream. No, I'm joking. Thank you for that, I'll check it out. I'm just going to leave these on because otherwise I've got no chance at all of parking anywhere near the gate. Oh, Echo 16, that was pretty close. Well, the Sims behaved impeccably, that's something. I was slightly worried it was going to crash to desktop again. No, I know. You weren't... I'm sorry. I was being silly, I didn't mean it. Right. Nose light off. Recognition lights off. APU is online. Let's get that dome light back on, shall we, so we can hopefully see what we're doing. It's better. Oh, doesn't want to go off. There we are. 1 off, 2 off. Seatbelts off. And you know what? Let them have a fag as well. It's been a long day. Strobe's off already. What am I doing? Beacon off. And we'll leave the nav and logo lights on for now. Shutdown checklist. What haven't we done? Beacon we've done. Nose wheel steering we haven't done. Fuel pumps will do now. Anti-ice we never had on in the first place. Good. I think that's us pretty much done. So let's get the door open. We'll get the jetway across, which I only today learned that you could do from here. Put the wheel chocks in, connect the ground power cart, get the baggage door open, why not? And let's have a nice little look outside in the very, very gloomy Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Oh, it was a good flight though. I enjoyed it. I even quite enjoyed landing without the landing gear. After I saw that I basically butted it onto the belly. Who needs landing gear when you've got skills like these? Right, before we go, I just want to say thank you again to Simon, to Melon Lord, and to Dingo. I don't know how many of you are still here. And to Manuel as well, for the very generous donations. Thank you again to Rennie for upgrading to Club Filbert Silver. And thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your continued support of the channel. Next stream, as I say, will probably be in a week's time. Maybe slightly less than a week. Next Monday or Tuesday, that's when I plan on doing another stream. So I hope to see you then. Keep an eye on the Discord. Keep an eye on YouTube for all of the details. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.